So, how's everybody going? Today we have from Kage the Don when Obito crashed out on the hidden Miss Ninjas after Kakashi packed up Rin. Now, if you remember, this is when Kakashi Chidori'd Rin. You remember that scene? Yeah, I know you do. So we're about to check out exactly what Obito did to those hidden Miss Ninjas. But before you do, link to the original video and channel in the description down below. Make sure to check out Kage the Don. This is where all his content comes from. And go check it out. Let's get into the video.
Okay, so boom! The scene kicks off.
I gotta check my audio levels again. There we go.
With Obito slowly waking up in a random bed with his body restricted by bandages and an old
his body was mad nasty right here too.
Now in any other situation with this exact description, it would be completely understandable to cry and scream for help. A mysterious old man is standing over you while you're in bed unclothed with bandages all over you.
Yeah, that raises a lot of questions right there.
But fortunately for Obito, this was not the case, because the old man standing above him was not any regular old perverted civilian. It was the man, the myth, the legend, Madara himself.
Bro looking mad old too.
It is not the Madara of old. In fact, he is old as shit. I know he got on them oversized adult diapers as we speak. Bowel movements free as hell, just doing what they want, no Lil Uzi. But nonetheless,
flexing the Sharingan too.
We must respect him regardless of his age. Madara then begins to tell him that he saved him and patched him up after finding him buried under a bunch of rubble. So Obito obliviously thanks him for the favor. But Madara made sure he kept his thank you, because this act was not out the kindness of his heart. Cause right after thanking him, Madara said,
"It's too early to thank me just yet. And besides, I still intend to have you repay your debt to me."
Like, that's basically signing a contract with the devil himself, because that is basically what Madara is.
On how exactly do you expect him to repay you? Obito, just as confused as me, asked him if he needs help with bathroom stuff, and this nigga said,
that would be good.
Whoa.
I know you're not that helpless. What kind of kinky stuff do you got going on in this cave? On second thought, he actually might be a victim. Obito,
did he actually say that?
Slightly weirded out, tries to tell him that he has to go back to his village to go help his squad out. But Madara channels his inner Mr. Ruckus and destroys any ambitions that man had. Madara then begins to kill his joy even more by going on this depressing ass rant, telling him that this reality is hell and he plans on changing. But Obito's not with the negative vibes, so after hearing that depressing rant, he decides it's time to dip out and begins to wiggle and claw his way towards the exit.
Yeah, this is mad depressing. Bro doesn't even have an arm and his legs barely work. Someone get bro a wheelchair, please.
Far though, because that boy was stopped dead in his tracks when Madara told him that he'll snatch that Sharingan out his skull if he tries to leave. Obito only has one eye left, and he's not trying to learn how to read Braille anytime soon, so he sat his ass down and stayed put. Then fast forward a couple weeks, and this man is still in the same bed, except this time he's accompanied by Toby and White Zetsu.
You know, I can really tell I can tell that room must stink so bad, bro. Like, just think of the smell in that room. Not just that nasty little cave.
So Toby is over there looking like the Michelin man on a diet, clearly living on a diet of straight rats and rocks down there. While White Zetsu is looking like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. The nigga looks like an aroused virus. Why is he making me itch? Regardless of their odd appearances, they over there are annoying him so bad that he doesn't even care if Madara takes his eye out. He's gotta get the fuck up out of there ASAP, no Rocky. So he tries to hobble his little cripple self away using the wall to support him, but he is still too weak. Now days turn into months, and as time continues to pass, Obito is slowly getting stronger and stronger, using the memory of his friends to fuel him. Hold on, I know this. Rewind that. Why does this man have a whole shrine of Rin in his room? No, this cannot be healthy,
bro.
He is trying
it's
to
not
kiss
healthy.
a picture of her. Yeah, that brother is starving. Mind you, this is not even his girl. He got no holes, defective eyeballs.
I was Naruto even that desperate, bro?
And a peer that outshines him in every way. What are you fighting so hard to get back to? Pain? Embarrassment? Help me understand. Slowly but surely, White Zetsu and Toby begin to help him get stronger, and his white chest and arm are slowly beginning to fill out. Don't get me wrong, they definitely still need some work though. There is not a tricep in sight. Matter of fact, if your arm looks like this right now, don't lie, I'ma need need you to drop down and give me 10, cause this is outrageous. Eventually, years go by, and as expected, this man is much stronger than when he started. His right
Been
side
training
has
in
now
that
finally
musty
caught up
cave.
to his left. His hair grew, legs grew, shorts grew, in bacterial quantities and stench. Nigga been wearing the same shorts for years in a cave.
That's
with
what I've
no
been
way
saying.
To wash them. I know those smell like cheeks and earring backs. But all that becomes
what I've been
irrelevant
saying,
to
bro.
Obito when White Zetsu pops in one day and tells him that Rin and Kakashi are completely alone and surrounded by hidden Miss Shinobi. So without a second thought, Obito jumped up out of his musty bed and ran to the
He
exit
broke that
blocked by
bed
a
too.
boulder. Then he proceeded to hit it with the most torqued up punch he could muster up. But sadly for him, after years of cooking, his arm was still not ready for a punch of that magnitude. So after absorbing all that contact, it partly turned to mush and dropped off his body. This trash-ass prosthetic, how did it fall off that fast? Obito, they are lying to you. Ain't no way these are Hashirama cells. Nigga got that shit from Timu. Go ahead and hit
He said those are Hashirama cells? What the heck?
T'Challa hooked him up with the cleanest vibranium prosthetic I've ever seen. Toby, now filled with secondhand embarrassment, decides to help him out and offers Obito his body to wear. But before he could even accept the offer, this little kinky creature is already wrapped halfway around his body. So Obito reluctantly accepts his offer, and now he's basically got his own bootleg Jarvis at his service.
I deadass don't even know what these things are even made of. Oh, like, they're made of the chakra tree, right? I don't even remember, bro. I deadass don't even know what I'm looking at. Like, they're made from the chakra tree, like an old one or something. Hashiramas, I don't know.
And gears up to punch the boulder again with the help of Toby in the tower. And this time, the boulder came crumbling down like 6ix9ine's career.
It's sad. Niggas hit me, feeling real dizzy,
So in a hurry, he tells Madara to suck his mom for keeping him trapped here. Boom gangs one of his robes, then heads into the forest. Now, Obito and Toby are sprinting to the battlefield.
Finally
while
got to
a whole
touch
bunch
grass
of
after
questions
years.
and emotions begin to flood his head. He soon starts to replay the message he gave to Kakashi while giving him his Sharingan, basically asking him to protect Rin forever. And of course, Kakashi says yes to his dying request because that is what he's born to do. He is a natural born protector. You know you're good when you got him on your squad, right guys?
Nah.
Is that not right, guys? As they get closer and closer, Toby begins to hit him with a slight roast and tells him that his hand-to-hand combat is whack. Battle IQ, whack. Defense, whack. So he advises Obito to let him handle all the fighting. But Obito is convinced that when him and Kakashi link back up on the battlefield, the power of their Sharingans reuniting will allow them to pull off elite combos which will get the job done.
Okay.
Obito is so close now that he can hear and see some of the commotion. But out of nowhere, he starts tweaking out more than me after a Marvel Rivals loss. And now he's seeing these weird images of Rin. More anxious than ever, he decides
Wait, was that due
pick
to
up his
Kakashi's
speed,
eye?
and finally, he reaches the battlefield. But that is when
think
he's
so.
met with the most heartbreaking sight he ever could have imagined. This man sees the back of Kevin Durant's head. I know that nigga needs a brush. What Obito actually witnessed was Rin getting shish by Kakashi's Chidori. But not only did he just Chidori her straight through her chest, this boy let the back of her head get flattened on this tough-ass stone. And that is when I knew it was time to prepare myself for the worst crash out of the decade. After years of waiting to see his little fine shit.
Nah. After years of waiting to see his fine shit, in that musty room wearing the same clothes for an entire year straight, he looks at that. Come on now.
He instead sees his best friend slash the nigga he already had beef with slaughtering her in front of his eyes. The amount of rage he must be feeling right now must be indescribable. And yes, I'm well aware that Rin sacrificed herself to save the village.
Yeah, but Obito don't know that.
The optics of the situation. At the end of the day, Kakashi still has his hand right through her chest. So if that was my girl, I don't care if she just blew up your house with your family still in it. Whatever transpired before will not be enough to justify this. I just watched her lifeless body crash to the ground. You had one job. If I'm Obito, Kakashi's gotta run me my shit back or somebody gon' die. Obito and Kakashi are now filled with enough trauma to give a therapist a seizure. So simultaneously, they begin to awaken their Mangekyo Sharingan. But I guess Kakashi was too exhausted to handle the awakening because that boy KO'd right after.
Damn, bro missed the entire fight too.
Miss Ninja. Obito is more awake than ever, and he's
I
ready
think I
to
remember
tear
this.
some shit up. He then cries out in a fit of rage and pushes out his wooden symbiote. But the hidden Miss Ninjas must not have picked up on the increased level.
Wait, he could use wood style here? Okay, I take that back. I don't remember this fight at all.
levels of aura radiating off of Obito's body. Cause this imbecile right here tried to take him out by launching a bunch of shurikens his way. But without even looking, Obito calmly moves right through them, then yells,
I will not accept any of this!
and now he is sprinting towards them, ready to turn them into confetti. But these hard-headed ninjas are still standing their ground, talking about some,
Do not mock the blood mist village!
nigga, I know you seen that man running with them ground-shaking Hulk-like footsteps. Put that anorexic sword away. I promise you, you're not drawing blood.
Blood in this village, acting like they have the most fodder image of all time.
Around here. Matter of fact, do you want to see some real misted blood?
Ooh.
That man calmly threw his swing, stabbed him with
Ayo.
his wooden symbiote, then proceeded to turn this man into a Christmas tree ornament. But the most disturbing part was, he was just getting started. He then throws a wooden branch out of his sleeve, breaks it off, then starts walking this hidden Miss Ninja down. But in an effort to save their comrade, 3 hidden Miss Ninja
I ain't gonna, I would've dipped out of there. If bro started using wood style, I'm gone. I'm swimming across the ocean so damn fast.
come zooming in from above to try and stab him in his back. But these nincompoops must have not learned anything from the Christmas ornament's first attack, because instead of delivering a lethal blow to Obito, they end up stabbing their own mans in the stomach. One of the hidden Miss Ninjas finally put 2 and 2 together, but it was too late.
I take off that
because
mask
Obito
and retreat,
quickly
bro.
jumped
You're
up
done
and
for.
hit all 3 of them with a nasty spin kick.
Aren't they
sending all
Ombo
3
black
of
as
them
well?
Ninjas tumbling
Or something?
across the ground. Now, after witnessing this assassin go to work, you think that the rest of these ninjas would buck up and make wiser decisions. But instead, they're talking about some,
We need to at least retrieve the girl!
are you serious right now? Forget about the mission. We need to retrieve her, and you need to worry about retrieving your life. Because I am telling you right now, as long as you're on the battlefield with this crash out, you're already dead. Obito then
real.
zooms towards the ninjas running to collect Rin, while all these ninjas swing at his body
He
and
just
miss.
running
He
right
reaches
through
there
them like
in the blink of an
Madara.
eye and chucks one of his thick branches at this ninja, sending him flying back. Then he claps his hands together and activates his wood-style Specs jutsu. But for the second ninja, he decides to get much more close and personal. So
What'd
he
he do?
rushed him and hit him with a concussion-causing right hook, kneed him into the air, grabbed him by his hair, kneed him in the face, then started beating on him like
Nah, go back on that one, because that is actually
close and
diabolical.
personal. So he rushed him and hit him with a concussion-causing right hook.
Oh my god, bro. Look how he did him.
Kneed him into the air, grabbed him by his hair, kneed him in
What did this single one do to deserve all of that? Nothing.
the face, then started beating on him like he took the last Welch's out the box. Now, they're all just watching this man beat the cranberry juice out that ninja. On
What
some
did he
Iron
do?
Man versus Invincible type shit.
Oh, single this one out the
10 times
most.
worse. Look at the way their posture changed while watching him pulverize this man. And peep how they gasped and took some steps back once he looked their way. No, 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 no. Do not try and hide in the mist now. Show me some of that fury your boy said y'all had a minute ago. Obito, without an ounce of regard for human life left in his body, gets up, stares them all down, then proceeds to slice and dice these ninjas to the point the moon turned red from all the bloodshed. After what felt like hours of listening to blood-curdling screams, the camera finally panned down to a terrain drenched in blood.
Oh
And
my
that was
goodness.
when Obito delivers one of the most short yet chilling monologues in all of Naruto.
I get it. I see now. I am in hell.
And with that final eerie message, the match came to an end. Some experiences in life
Nah,
turn
that
you
is
from
actually a
boy
diabolical.
into
That wasn't even a
man.
fight. That
But
was a
this
slaughterhouse.
dude right here just went from a boy to a straight demon. There is no rating. There is no final thoughts. What you just witnessed was the objective definition of a massacre.
I don't really want to know.
Bro, yeah, I haven't seen that fight in a long time. Now to see it again, yeah, that was a total massacre right there. I didn't know it was like that. What he did to that one ninja he singled out, bro, that was straight Omni-Man type stuff, man. Come on, Obito. What he do to you? But man, if you want to see this video for yourself, link to the original video description down below, like I said before. Check you out in the next one. Peace to all of y'all. Bye.